Have you ever felt that rush of anger build up inside you and before you know it, you're losing control? It's a feeling we've all experienced at one point or another. But what if I told you that instead of letting anger control you, you could actually use it as a tool? Picture this. The next time someone pushes your buttons, instead of blowing up or letting the rage take over, you take control and channel that energy. You'd be unstoppable, right? That's the power of mastering the Hulk formula. Anger isn't something we're taught to embrace or understand. Most of the time, it's seen as something to avoid, like a toxic emotion that's better left unchecked. But here's the thing, anger itself isn't bad. It's how we react to it that makes all the difference. And if you can control that reaction, you can use it as a weapon, just like the Hulk does in his moments of rage. This isn't about becoming a ticking time bomb, it's about harnessing that explosive energy, focusing it, and turning it into something that works in your favor. Ready to learn how? The first step is recognizing when anger shows up. The key to weaponizing anger is to first understand it. Anger is like a signal, a little warning light telling you that something isn't right. But instead of ignoring it or letting it run wild, you need to notice it as soon as it begins to bubble up. The trick is to catch yourself before you explode. It's like being a detective, getting in the habit of noticing the signs of anger before they take over your actions. Maybe your heart starts to race, or your muscles tense up, or your thoughts become clouded. That's your cue. As soon as you feel those early signs, you've got to pause and take a step back. This leads to the second step, which is taking control of your breath. When anger hits, it's easy to lose your cool and react impulsively. But here's the secret. Your breath can be the difference between exploding and staying calm. Anger tightens your body and shortens your breath. When you recognize that anger is coming on, slow your breathing down. Inhale deeply through your nose, hold for a second, and exhale slowly through your mouth. Doing this calms your nervous system and gives you just enough space to think before you act. It's a small thing, but it makes a huge difference. In those moments, taking control of your breath puts you back in charge. It's like a pause button before things go too far. Once you're in control of your breath, the next step is reframing your thoughts. Anger often comes from a place of feeling wronged, disrespected, or misunderstood. The problem is, when we're angry, our minds tend to race and we focus on how we're being hurt. But what if you could flip that narrative? Instead of seeing yourself as the victim, see the situation as an opportunity. Maybe someone just insulted you, but instead of spiraling into a full-blown rage, reframe your thinking. This person is showing me who they are, not who I am. By changing the way you look at the situation, you'll find that anger loses its grip on you. It's like turning the tables, refusing to let the situation control your emotions. The fourth step is channeling that energy into action. Once you've paused, calmed your breath, and shifted your perspective, the next step is to use the energy of anger constructively. Don't let it sit there unused. Anger is a powerful energy, and if you don't channel it, it'll just waste away. Use that energy to focus on something that matters. Maybe it's tackling a project you've been putting off, or using it to work out harder than you've ever done before. By transforming that energy into something productive, you become more focused, more driven, and less likely to lash out at others. In fact, channeling your anger into action will make you feel like you've taken control of the situation. Like you're using the Hulk's power, not as a destructive force, but as a force for good. The fifth step is practicing mindfulness. This might sound like an odd step in the Hulk formula, but it's key to mastering anger. Mindfulness is about being aware of your thoughts, feelings, and physical sensations without judgment. When you're angry, mindfulness helps you observe your anger without getting swept away by it. It's like standing outside of yourself and saying, "Okay, I'm angry, but that doesn't mean I have to act on it." This simple practice helps you break the automatic response to anger and allows you to choose how you want to react. It's about creating space between your feelings and your actions so that you can make a conscious decision on how to respond. rather than reacting in a way you might regret later. The final step in the Hulk formula is building resilience over time. Mastering anger isn't something that happens overnight. It's a process and it takes practice. Each time you use these steps to control your anger, you're building resilience. Think of it like going to the gym and lifting weights. At first it's hard, but the more you practice, the stronger you get. Over time, anger will have less power over you. You'll be able to handle difficult situations calmly and confidently, without losing your cool or letting your emotions take over. And the best part? As you continue to practice, you'll get better at it every day. Now, let's dive deeper into how mastering anger can actually set you apart from everyone else around you. When you stop letting anger control you, it's like flipping a switch. You go from reacting impulsively to responding strategically. Imagine what it would feel like if, instead of losing your cool in a stressful situation, you used that anger as a tool for achieving your goals. You become someone who is steady, focused, and in control, even in the most chaotic circumstances. And that's where the real power lies. The sixth and final step in the Hulk formula is creating a long-term mindset for anger management. This isn't just about controlling your anger in the moment. It's about developing a long-term strategy for handling your emotions so they don't get the best of you. The key to lasting success is consistency. Over time, as you continue practicing these 6 steps, you'll start to see your anger change from a source of weakness to a source of strength. Instead of feeling ashamed or frustrated by your anger, you'll start to feel empowered by it. But let's be honest for a second. Building this kind of control isn't easy. There will be times when you slip up, and that's okay. The most important thing is to keep going. Each time you lose control, it's a chance to learn something new. Every time you choose to pause, breathe, and reframe the situation, you're strengthening your mental muscles. It's like building a new habit. It takes time, but the payoff is huge. And the more you practice these 6 steps, the more natural they'll become. What's interesting about anger is that it's not just about dealing with external situations. It's also about how you deal with yourself. When you master your anger, you stop being a victim of your emotions, and you start to become the person who is always in control. Imagine how powerful that is. You no longer react to life, you create your own reactions. You don't let the world dictate how you feel. You decide. And when you do this, something amazing happens. You start to gain respect from others. People notice when you stay calm under pressure, when you don't let small things throw you off course. They start to see you as someone who is strong, focused, and in control of their emotions. That's a powerful reputation to have. The people around you may even start looking to you for guidance in difficult situations because they see how well you manage your emotions. They'll respect you not just for what you know, but for how you handle the chaos around you. Let's take a look at a few real-world examples. Think about famous leaders who have mastered their emotions. Think about someone like Nelson Mandela. The man spent years in prison and came out with a calm, focused, and resilient mindset that changed the course of an entire nation. Or look at someone like Steve Jobs. While he was known for his intense passion and, at times, explosive behavior, he also knew how to use his anger to push people to deliver their best work. He didn't just react emotionally, he used his frustration to create something bigger. Now, you don't have to be a famous leader to see the benefits of mastering anger. Whether you're dealing with a difficult boss, a frustrating situation, or a personal challenge, if you can take control of your emotions, you'll find that the world starts to work in your favor. Instead of feeling like you're constantly on the defensive, you become the person who is steering the ship. You don't let others' actions dictate how you feel. You decide how to feel and how to react. As you continue practicing these steps, you'll start to notice something else. You'll become less reactive to situations. Instead of automatically getting angry when something goes wrong, you'll develop the ability to pause, breathe, and choose your response. That's a skill that most people never master. But when you do, it's like you're playing a different game than everyone else around you. So, here's the thing. Mastering anger isn't just about keeping your cool. It's about learning how to harness the raw energy of anger and turn it into something powerful. By following these 6 steps, you're not just learning how to control your emotions, you're learning how to use them to your advantage. And when you can do that, you'll be unstoppable. But it doesn't stop here. Remember, mastering anger is a skill that takes time and practice. You won't get it perfect on the first try. But as you continue to apply these steps, you'll find that you're not just improving your ability to handle anger, you're transforming the way you approach all emotions. And that's where true power lies. By now, you've seen how anger can be turned from a destructive force into a powerful weapon. But let's be clear. This process is about more than just controlling your emotions. It's about using those emotions to create an unstoppable force that drives you forward, rather than letting them control you and hold you back. One thing you'll notice as you continue to practice these 6 steps is how much clearer your decision-making becomes. When you're no longer reacting impulsively to every little irritation, you begin to make choices based on what's truly important. No longer do you waste energy on trivial things that don't matter. Instead, you focus on the big picture, using your anger to fuel your drive for success. The people around you may still be caught up in their emotional reactions, but you'll be the one standing firm, focused, and in control. But there's something even deeper happening as you master these steps. You're building emotional resilience. Emotional resilience is the ability to bounce back from setbacks, to keep going even when things don't go your way. And the more you practice turning anger into power, the more resilient you become. Each time you apply these steps, you build more strength, more focus, and more control. This emotional resilience will carry you through difficult situations and allow you to stay calm and confident, no matter what life throws at you. One key to unlocking emotional resilience is understanding that setbacks and frustrations are part of the process. When you're trying to achieve something great, there will be obstacles. There will be moments when you feel like giving up. But when you have emotional resilience, you don't let those setbacks break you. You use them as fuel to push forward. And each time you do that, you strengthen your mental and emotional muscles. Over time, you start to see obstacles as opportunities to grow stronger, rather than as signs of failure. But let's not forget the most important lesson here. Mastering your anger isn't about suppressing it. It's about channeling it. It's about understanding that anger, like any emotion, has energy that can be used for good or bad. The choice is yours. When you master the ability to turn anger into something productive, you tap into a well of energy that can carry you through even the toughest challenges. Whether you're in a high-stakes business meeting, facing down a personal challenge, or trying to push past a setback, that energy is always there for you to tap into. This leads us to the final step in mastering the Hulk formula: continuing to refine and adapt your anger management skills. The journey doesn't end after 21 days. It's an ongoing process of learning, adapting, and growing. You'll encounter new challenges, and your ability to handle anger will need to evolve as you move forward. But the more you practice these steps, the more natural they'll become. Over time, you'll start to notice that you're no longer thinking about how to control your anger. It will just happen. You'll automatically pause, breathe, and choose your response. And that's when you know you've truly mastered the Hulk formula. Remember, this is a journey. Mastering anger is not something that happens overnight. It's about developing the awareness, control, and emotional resilience to turn anger into a source of power. Each day you practice these steps, you're building a stronger, more focused version of yourself. And over time, you'll find that not only does your anger become a powerful ally, but so does your overall emotional intelligence. You'll start to see yourself not just as someone who can control anger, but as someone who can handle any emotion, any situation with calm and confidence. By following these 6 steps, you'll not only become better at handling your emotions, you'll start to transform the way you interact with the world around you. You'll become the person who doesn't react impulsively but who responds with strength and clarity. And when you do that, you become unstoppable. So, don't just think of anger as something to control. Think of it as something to use. By mastering the Hulk formula, you'll weaponize that anger and turn it into one of your greatest assets. And that's when the real magic happens.